Hello, I'm Errol Williamson, a property investor. In this video, I want to share with you what I perceive are the 6 biggest risks a property investor faces. First one is fear. We do fear the unknown. No one wants to lose money, right? And it's scary to enter into the property market, particularly at this time. But it's scary should not stop you investing in property. Being fearful holds you back. It held me back for many years. I wanted to invest in property. I had equity sitting in my residential home, enough equity to get me started in property, but I was fearful to take that money out to get going. I had some cash in the bank, earning little interest. Who was benefiting from that? The banks. They were lending out my money as they lend out your money and charge interest and make a profit from it. So fear stops you moving forward. And what helped me get started in property is that I listed down the things that I found fearful about property. It was negotiating deals with agents, analysing whether a property was a good investment deal or not, crunching those numbers. And I gathered as much information as I can about those fears that I had and studied people who had gone through and mastered those techniques, and I followed the steps that they follow. So that's something that you can do. List down the reasons what makes you fearful about property. Get information on those reasons from there's plenty on YouTube, there's books, there's audio books, there's perhaps your mentors, and learn from the people who encountered the same thing but overcome it and are now at a position where you desire to be. Knowledge is the best way to defeat fear. The second biggest risk, I believe, is being comfortable. I was comfortable in my corporate job, earning a very good salary, nice car, house, clothes, going out, and I was too comfortable. So when someone said to me, Errol, I could help you to make 50k a year passive income from property within a few years, I thought, yeah, that's nice. But the risk, is it worth it? I'm doing all right. I'm quite comfortable, thank you very much. And that comfortable kept me comfortable being in a position I really didn't want to be in. I wanted to achieve financial freedom, but my current situation was just too nice for me to get my hands dirty, to step out of my zone and encounter my fears. And when I did decide to come out of my comfort zone, that's when things happen. And that's what a suggestion to you is, to step out of your comfort zone and get hungry. Get hungry for the life you really want to achieve. Get hungry for being financially free and independent so that you can live on your terms, travel, take jobs that you really want to do rather than have to do to bring in the money. The third biggest risk is rules, not working to rules. When I started out, I lost hundreds, thousands of pounds through mistakes I've made, through not knowing what was a good deal, knowing what was a bad deal, not having that criteria to buy specific properties. I was random all over the place. The professional investor works to define criteria. They buy particular types of property in particular types of areas, serving a particular client group. They have one strategy and they've become laser focused on that strategy until they've mastered it. And only then will they consider taking on another strategy. Decide on the property investment strategy that best suits you and just work on that strategy. Learn about it, keep doing it over and over and over and over again. Rinse and repeat that strategy until you master it, and that will take you to wealth in property investment. The fourth biggest risk is cash flow. I hear so many times of people saying, oh, well, The rent doesn't fully cover the mortgage costs and all the other costs, but the capital growth in that area is phenomenal. So I'm happy to subsidize the rent for £100 or £200 a month because I know that the capital growth is going to be much more profitable. No, do not buy properties that produce negative cash flow. You don't know when the property market is gonna crash. You don't know when you're gonna lose a job or become ill and cannot afford that £100 or £200. Never buy a property with negative cash flow. Your properties must always be positive. The capital growth is a bonus, must always be positive cash flow. And make sure you do the rent check. See my other video on the 6 C's of investing in property successfully, where I go through the rent check on how to check that your property will rent out at the price you want it to rent out. The fifth biggest risk that I see to a property investor is not having a contingency plan. Let's say you have £100,000 to invest and you invest every penny of that into a buy-to-let property and the boiler goes and you haven't collected enough rent to cover that repair of the boiler. Where are you going to get the money from? You're going to have to dip into your personal bank account. You might have to dip into your holiday fund. You might even have to dip into the kids' Christmas present fund. Never invest every penny you have in property. Always keep back a contingency. So if you have £100,000 to invest, keep back 5%. Keep back £5,000. So if anything goes wrong, you've got that £5,000 to fall back to. If you have £1 million, keep back, again, 5%, I say, is my rule of thumb. So keep back £50,000. Always have that contingency. If you buy the right properties in the right area, as I said, look at my 6 C's video, you will probably never have to touch that contingency. But as an insurance, always make sure it's there so it doesn't have to cross into your personal life and impact that side of your life and upset your family. And sixth but not least, and there are many more risks, but the sixth, one of the most important ones, I believe, is time. Not investing enough time in their property development business. If you treat property investing as a hobby, you're going to get hobby results. If you treat it as a business and work at it, you will get good business results. And if you can afford to invest 7 to 12 hours a week, that is good amount of time to build upon to create a good property investment business. So those are my 6 risks that I believe will impact a property investor. And if you put in strategies to mitigate those risks, as I suggested, you will be on your way towards becoming very successful in property. I hope you found that useful. Please click on the link below to subscribe to my channel so I can continue to bring out content to help you become successful on your property journey towards becoming financially free.